inactive. Why? Because one rotation is cancelled by another rotation. There is no rotation in a racemic mixture. NaOH and CaO, which acts as decarboxylating reagent. So here it removes the carbon dioxide. Formula of a molar mass equals pi Wb RT into T divided by Mb into V. Hello students, I am Ramya, lecturer in chemistry from Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Answer any 4 of the following. Each question carries 5 marks. First question, write this Harvard structure of maltose. Why they show reducing property. So this is the Harvard structure of maltose. It's a combination of beta-D galactose and beta-D glucose. The free aldehyde group can be produced at C1 of the second glucose in the solution, and it shows reducing properties. So it is a reducing sugar. What are the fibrous protein? Name the protein present in hair. When the polypeptide chain run parallel and are held together by hydrogen and disulfide bonds, then fiber-like structure is formed. Such proteins are generally insoluble in water and are called fibrous protein. The protein present in hair is keratin. It is also present in the ear cartilage and nails. Write the 3 steps involved in the acid dehydration of ethanol to ethoxyethene at 413 Kelvin. The formation of ether is a nucleophilic bimolecular reaction, that is involving the attack of alcohol molecule on a protonated alcohol as indicated for below. So this is the ethanol which reacts with or which is attacked by the proton. It forms protonated alcohol. The protonated alcohol then converted into protonated ether by the removal of water, and the protonated ether loses proton molecule, converts into diethyl ether or ethoxyethane. Explain Kolbe's reaction with equation. So this is the Kolbe's reaction. When phenol reacts with sodium hydroxide converted into sodium phenate, in the presence of carbon dioxide and the acid, it converted into 2-hydroxybenzoic acid, that is salicylic acid. When alkyl chlorides are reacts with sodium iodide in dry acetone gives alkyl iodide. Name this reaction. Answer, the reaction is Finkelstein reaction. Here the general equation is alkyl halide with sodium iodide gives alkyl iodide with the removal of sodium halide. Mention the role of dry acetone. Here sodium chloride or sodium bromide thus formed is precipitated in a dry acetone, hence it facilitates the forward reaction according to the Lee-Chartres principle. Here dry acetone acts as a catalyst. What is meant by racemic modification? They are optically inactive. Give reason. A mixture containing 2 enantiomers in equal proportion have 0 optical rotation, as the rotation due to one isomer will be cancelled by the rotation due to other isomer. Such mixture is known as racemic mixture or racemic modification. They are optically inactive. Why? Because one rotation is cancelled by another rotation. There is no rotation in a racemic mixture. Which type of amines answer for carbamyl reaction or isocyanate test? Explain the reaction with example. Aliphatic and aromatic primary amines on heating with chloroform and ethanolic potassium iodide or hydroxide form isocyanate or carbyl amine. which are foul smelling substances. This reaction is known as carbylamine reaction or isocyanide test. Amine reacts with chloroform in the presence of potassium hydroxide, gives alkyl cyanide. Identify the compounds X and Y in the following conversion. So here this is X when benzamine reacts with sodium nitrate and HCl, that is Sand-Meuse reaction at a temperature of, we have a condition 273 to 278 Kelvin, that is 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, gives sodium iodide. This is the benzene diazonium chloride, and finally reacts with potassium iodide, gives benzyl iodide by the removal of potassium chloride and nitrogen gas. Mention the name of the following reaction. So here we have a 3 reaction. The first one is the benzyl chloride reacts with hydrogen and palladium in the presence of barium sulfate. This is Rosenmund reaction or Rosenmund reduction reaction. It is a one of the method, Rosenmund reduction. And in the second reaction, we call it as Friedel-Crafts acylation. The third reaction is when ketone reacts with, in the presence of zinc amalgam and HCl, is called Clemmensen reduction. Among the methanol and ethanol, which one undergoes cancerous reaction? Give reason. Methanol undergo cancerous reaction due to the absence of alpha hydrogen atom. The compound A has molecular formula C7H8, is heated with alkaline KMnO4 followed by the acidification, gives compound B molecular formula C7H6O2. This compound B turns to blue, litmus to red. The sodium salt of compound B is heated with reagent X, gives hydrocarbon C. The molecular mass is 78 gram per mole. Write the structure of the compounds A, B and C. So when toluene reacts with KMnO4 or KOH, gives potassium salt of benzoic acid, which on acidification gives benzoic acid. When benzoic acid reacts with calcium oxide or in the presence of NaOH, gives benzene and releases carbon dioxide. The compound A is toluene, compound B is potassium benzoic acid and the compound C is benzene. Identify X, mention its role in the reaction. So X is soda lime, that is a mixture of NaOH and CaO, which acts as decarboxylating reagent. So here it removes the carbon dioxide. Answer any 3 of the following. Each question carries 3 marks. So these are all numericals. The cell in which the reaction, we have a given reaction Fe3 plus aqua to iodide in the form of aqua gives Fe2 plus, that is it get reduced to Fe2 plus and iodine. They have given E0 of the cell, that is 0.236 volt at 298 Kelvin. Calculate the value of log Kc. Kc is the equilibrium constant of the cell reaction. The formula log Kc equals N into E0 of the cell divided by 0.0591. Log Kc equals, that is a value of N is 2. Why it is? Because plus 2 oxidation state and E0 of the cell they have given 0.236 and 0.0591. We get the value of log Kc 7.986. The first order constant at 600 Kelvin is 2 into 10 power minus 5 and the energy of activation is 209.8 kilojoule per mole for the reaction. Calculate the rate constant at 700 Kelvin given R equals 8.314 kilojoule per mole. The formula log equals K2 by K1, that is equals EA divided by 2.303 into R, that is equals to T2 minus T1 and divided by T1 into T2. Log equals K2 divided by, we have a K1 value, that is 2 into 10 power minus 5. We have a energy of activation value 209.8 into 10 power 3 divided by 2.303 into 8.314 kilojoule, that is value of universal gas constant. And we have a T2, that is final temperature, that is 700 minus 600 Kelvin divided by 700 into 600. Log of K2 divided by 2 into 10 power minus 5. We have this value, and to know the calculation of anti-log, when log comes to the right side, it is converted into anti-log. The K2 divided by 2 into 10 power minus 5, that is equals to 407 3.8. K2 equals 407.38 into 2 into 10 power minus 5. So that is K2 equals 8.147 into 10 power minus 3. And this constant for the molarity of methane in benzene at 298 Kelvin is 4.27 into 10 power 5 mm of Hg. Calculate the mole fraction of methane in benzene at 298 Kelvin under 760 mm Hg. P equals, that is partial pressure equals 760 mg. Henry's constant value, that is 4.27 into 10 power 5 mm of Hg. According to Henry's law, we have a formula P equals Kh into X. X is the mole fraction. We need to calculate the mole fraction. So X equals P by Kh. We have a value of P and Kh value. Substitute the value, that is 760 mm of Hg divided by 4.27 into 10 power 5 mm of Hg. That is equals to, or gives 1.78 into 10 power 3. Solubility in terms of mole fraction of methane in benzene is 1.78 into 10 power minus 3. Calculate the limiting molar conductivity of Cl ion using the following data. So, limiting molar conductivity of Ca2 plus is 119.0 SCM square per mole, and limiting molar conductivity of calcium chloride equal to 271.6 Simon Cm inverse Cm square mole inverse. Answer: limiting molar conductivity of calcium chloride, that is equals to molar conductivity of calcium ion and molar conductivity of chloride ion. We need to calculate molar conductivity of chloride ion, that is equals to limiting molar conductivity of calcium chloride minus limiting molar conductivity of calcium ion. So when we take the difference of these two, we get the value of limiting molar conductivity of Cl minus ion, that is 152.6 Simon Cm square mole inverse. Calculate the osmotic pressure in Pascal exerted by a solution prepared by dissolving 0.0925 gram of polymer of molar mass 1,85,000 in 500 milliliter of water at 37 degrees C. The given is R value, that is 8.314 kilojoule per, that is 103 Pascal liter per Kelvin mole per mole. Formula of a molar mass equals pi Wb RT into T divided by MB into V. So we have a WB value, weight of solute, that is 0.925 into R value 8.314 into 10 power 3 T value. We have a 37 degrees Celsius plus 273. We get the value of 310 Kelvin. And the MB value we have in the data. V value, when it is converted into milliliter to liter, 500 milliliter to liter, that is 0.5 liter. We get the value of pressure, that is 25.77 Pascal. Analyze the given graph drawn between the concentration of reactant mole per liter versus time in minute. Calculate the average rate of the reaction in terms of minutes and seconds. Average rate equals differentiation of concentration of reactant with respect of time t, that is equals to 0.4 minus 0.8 divided by 0.820 minus 10, that is 0.04 mole per liter per minute. It will convert it into 4 into 10 power minus 2 mole per liter per minute. That is for the second, that is 1 minute, 0.04 divided by 60 mole per liter per second. So when we simplify this value, 6 into 10 power minus 4 mole per liter per second. Thank you.